all right? So yeah, I'm just continuing the accountability with these live streams. I've started doing live streams about, overcoming social anxiety in 1 year. Reason being, well, three reasons. Number one, because it's roughly the time span, if that's the right word. It's roughly that time frame. It was a little bit longer than that, but around a year and a bit, in which I overcame my social anxiety. And my 1 year social anxiety program that I've created, I created that last year. I'm working with 2 clients on it, and they're making massive progress. So the idea is, if you commit to 1 year to overcoming your social anxiety, you can change your life. And I've gone into this deeper in the other streams. There's quite a few reasons, and a big part of it is actually psychologically committing and not finding a way out, which is what a lot of people do, because they fear the amount of socializing they've got to do. The obvious fears, the fear of socializing, getting rejected, meeting people, all that kind of stuff, working through the anxiety. But when you practice it, when you practice anything for a year, you're going to massively improve. But especially in this area, with regards to getting over social anxiety in all areas of life, I explain that because my clients have got many goals within where social anxiety holds them back. So for example, let's say your goal is to go gym, get in shape, start living a healthy lifestyle, but you can't go to the gym because you're too scared of being around people and being in public, so social anxiety is going to hold you back there. Let's say your goal is to get a girlfriend, but you're too scared to speak to women to get a girlfriend or to start dating and obviously eventually make that happen, but you're too scared to talk to women because of your social anxiety. Let's say another goal is you want to get a job, you want to get employed, or you want to start your own business, but you can't do it because your social anxiety is in the way of your career, or being an entrepreneur, or even being better at work. Social anxiety is holding you back. So, and another crucial area is with friends and family. Maybe your relationship is not as good as it could be, or you'd like it to be, with your family and friends, because again, social anxiety is holding you back. So I break it into these areas. These are kind of like the main areas which everybody wants to be happy and succeed in. Family, friends, your personal life, your relationship life, your dating life, whatever you want to call it, same thing really, and your own goal in your life. So that's what my 1 year program is about. And as I said, I'm doing these live streams to educate as many people as I can, men, and to give you the teaching so you can do this on your own and get started. But yeah, it is a challenge, but it is worth it, because as you know, just trying to stick to a diet for 1 year is very challenging, or just sticking to a goal that you've set. But the idea is, that's the whole point, to challenge yourself so that when you do accomplish it, you're going to be so pleased and grateful with the amount of confidence that you're going to get. See, there's so many things that you gain from committing to 1 year, and that's why I created the 1 year program. My client who did my 6 weeks program, one of my clients, sorry, I've worked with so many people, so forgive me, it's hard to remember. I'm great with faces. It's hard to remember everyone. There's so many people until I, see them in person and I remember them. So my client that did my 6 weeks program about a year ago, we made a lot of progress, really nice guy, and he said to me he would be willing to do a year. At the time I didn't have a 1 year program, it didn't exist. So it gave me the idea, I appreciated it, and I said I would create a 1 year program for him. And then a friend of mine who was in business suggested it a couple of years before that, and I didn't really follow through with the idea because the 6 weeks format works really well for me. Anyway, so after thinking about it, I thought it makes sense, because like I said, when I started out, it took me I'd say about a year and a half to overcome my social anxiety. There was a lot of work that I had to put in, but obviously I didn't have a coach like my clients have got me meeting in person. Like, I had Les Brown, but he wasn't in person, he was an online coach. So I knew this format would work, and it's also a great test because it really does test people that are committed as opposed to those that are not committed, and you know, they're going to waste my time. And it's also for people on this channel to change their mindset from, you know, the whole quick fix, instant gratification, want everything now. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Hold on. It's a lovely day today, by the way, guys. I'm sure you've noticed. So it's really the mindset that you need, because that's the problem. And I do understand it. It's human nature. People want things quick, and especially with social anxiety. But what you've got to understand is it's not going to come quick. You know, you've got to put a lot of work in. And I made a note earlier on before I went to the gym. I write notes down to help me to teach these live streams, and so I don't forget valid points that can help all of you. Is the chat working? So it's a change of mindset, as I said, because if you're not going to commit to 1 year, then you're not going to overcome your social anxiety. In my experience, I've been coaching for almost 11 years. You're going to go back and forward. It's like one foot in, 1 foot out. It's the same as like dieting and training. So the same premise of getting over social anxiety with dedicating 1 year of consistent action, also known as socializing. If you're not going to do that, then I mean, what can I say? You're wasting your time. You're going to spend another 10 years being stuck in the same position. Or as time moves on, yeah, you know, your age goes up and the years go by, but the problem hasn't changed because you haven't fixed it. You've not put the effort in. So it's the same with getting in shape. So 1 year is a good time frame, and it also gives you time as well, you know, to build your confidence up and to learn the things that you need to learn. Most of the things you need to learn are, in no chronological order. Number one is social skills with people, because when a lot of people that have got social anxiety, it's not that they don't have good social skills, but they're not practicing socializing, so they get very rusty. So that's something that takes time to improve, you know, really understanding the sort of principles on how to have conversation with people, how to get on with people, how to be respectful, how to listen, you know, how to build real connections. That takes time. The second skill is obviously controlling your fear and anxiety and getting more relaxed. That also takes time. Those two things take time. And also things like being able to push yourself to socialize when you don't always feel like it. You know, that takes discipline, and these things take time. So you're not going to learn these things in half an hour, and you're not going to learn them just in 1 day. You can make a lot of progress in 1 day. You can make a lot of progress in a couple of hours, sure. But it's not going to be enough progress to get you to where you want to be and to achieve your goals. Just some examples of goals, like, you know, making money or getting a girlfriend or a relationship, making friends or building a business, or, you know, just getting from one, you know, place in your life to another. Those things are going to take time. You're going to have to put effort in order to actually see the results. And I think that's what a lot of people are not always cut out to do. They don't want to face, you know, it feels like a lot to face, but, you know, you break it down one step at a time. And that's what I do for my clients. You know, you break it up into 2-hour sessions so that it's manageable, and there is hope, and there's, you know, there is some, you know, there's not too much of the unknown. Whereas if you just say 1 year and then you don't break that 1 year up into days and weeks, it's really scary for people, because people can't really, they haven't got enough hope. They can't see a vision. They can't see, you know, the direction of where they're going to go and how it's going to look, and get an idea of how it's going to feel. So I set the 1 year goal, and then you break the 1 year down into each and every day, because we've only got 1 day at a time to live. We've only got 24 hours in a day, but you can do a lot each day. But you can set the goal and say, right, from 2023 to 2024, this is where I hope to be, this is what I want to achieve. So I want to overcome my social anxiety and be confident. And then within overcoming it and building confidence, I want to have done, you know, X, Y, Z, if that makes sense. So there's goals within goals. So yep, the main goal is I'm going to give myself 1 year to overcome social anxiety. But how does that look like? Because it's different for everyone. For me, starting out, that looked like where I was back then. It's going to be different now, right? But where I was then, when I was in my 20s, it was, well, I want to have a girlfriend, and I want to tick off certain fears, like I want to go to the boxing gym, I want to go to the weightlifting gym, I want to meet different people, then I want to start my own business, then I want to help people, I want to teach, I want to make a difference to other people, I want to do public speaking, I want to travel to new places, I want to make new friends or more friends, I want to start a YouTube channel. So you know, you've got to have your own vision, and it should be slightly different to mine, if not completely, and my clients, because obviously it's yours, it's your life. So within the main goal, which is to overcome social anxiety and to build confidence, to be confident people, you're going to have your other goals, if that makes sense. I'm sure you guys are sharp, especially with the weather being nice there, you'll understand what I mean. And this is what I've been doing for my clients. My client Phil, I just did a video recently saying he got his 5th sale. He just emailed me yesterday, sorry, 4th sale. I put the video up celebrating that success. He just emailed me yesterday, he's got his 5th sale. So he's doing the 1-year program with me. Within his, you know, the sort of larger goal, which was for him to overcome social anxiety, it changed over time. His goal is now he's teaching, he's coaching other people, men and women that have got anxiety, and his goal is to also make an impact, make more money in his business, which he's doing. I've helped him to do it. So the big takeaway is to set your goals within that year, because there's a lot that you can accomplish, which is great, in 12 months. I mean, you can completely turn your life around. You can change pretty much everything if you want to do that. You don't have to do that. Any questions, guys, let me know. I don't know if you are posting questions. I'm not seeing in the chat. Sometimes it doesn't work on YouTube. That's why I have to keep checking. So just to give you guys an idea, if it hasn't sunk in, if you've noticed on YouTube, if you've been following me, I've been posting my own fitness journey for more than a year now. It's probably even 2 years, but so I don't exaggerate, about a year. Why do I do that? Because it works, because I understand the process of success. I understand the value of committing to something long term, as opposed to just trying to do it short term and just hope to get results. That doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, it hasn't worked for clients, and you end up being miserable. See, I think what happens is people think, I don't want to put a year into trying to be successful, that's too long, so I'm going to try and find shortcuts. And people go on the internet, they get advice, they go to different teachers, and they, you know, try and kid themselves that they're going to accomplish something in, let's say, a month, in hope that they can cram it all in a month, and then they try it, might get a little bit of progress, and then they get disappointed that it doesn't work out, and they end up quitting, and they end up going back to where they started. So I said it on one of the last live streams, you may think a year is a long time. Whether you committed and did my coaching, that's your choice, and also my choice if I want to work with you, because I only work with people that are committed, and I get a sense that they're good people and they're going to show up and we're going to work well together. Or whether you go and do it on your own. So a lot of people might be in the mindset right now, and I do understand, they might be thinking 1 year is a waste of, it might be a waste of time, or it's too much of an investment in regards to how they value time. Fair enough. But they don't realize that having that attitude could waste the next 10 years, because if you're not willing to spend 1 year to overcome your social anxiety, and you've got social anxiety right now and it's really bad and it's holding you back in every aspect of your life, then you're going to be stuck for another 10 years. So you're not willing to put 1 year in to have the rest of your life the way that you want it. Does that make sense? So you're not going to put a year in, but you don't mind wasting another 10 years. So the numbers don't add up. So the way I see it, using the same analogy, I'd rather put a year in now with my training and my diet, so in one year's time I can have the body that I want, better mental health, and be eating a healthier diet. I'd rather put a year in now than do what I was doing prior, the years gone, where I was yo-yo dieting, I wasn't committing, and I ended up being quite overweight for like 5 years. I didn't even realize it. Now I'm not overweight, I'm in great shape, and I'm still improving and maintaining. Just come from the gym today, I've lost like 25 pounds. But I only lost 25 pounds because I dedicated 1 year. Now I've dedicated a year and made great results. I'm like, wow, that was worth it. I want to put in another year. I want to dedicate the next 10, 20 years or the remainder of my life. So can you see the mindset I know a lot of you are going to get it because you're smart, and I'm also patient if some people don't get it, and I'm fine if they're not interested in it. I'm only really speaking to people that are really committed to overcoming social anxiety, whether they do it with me on my program, which I would love if you're the right client, and I'm really happy if you go and do it on your own, or you go and find the right coach for you. If I'm not right, if you don't feel that I'm the right person for you, but you appreciate my advice, that makes me really happy, because it's my passion, helping men to change their life, who've got social anxiety, build confidence, and live a better life, etc. So it really is getting your head around. It's basically, if I can really make it even easier, it's helping people to have more patience with themselves and not get impatient and say, I've got social anxiety, I'm not happy in my life, I don't have the job that I want or the career, I haven't achieved success, or I haven't got the right relationship, or I'm not happy with the relationship of myself, and I want to change it. So I'm trying to get you, actually, you know what? I need to get a better seating arrangement because I don't want to start injuring my back on this lovely day. How can we fix this? Give you guys a minute to take this in anyway, because a lot of information coming at me. I've just come from the gym. I'm in a good mood. I've had 2 coffees. Oh, that's great, man. I've got a 5 on it. I'm outside right now and I'm feeling good. Nice, man. The weather's lovely. Good to see you again. I've got 5 on it. Right, where can I? It's lovely up here. I need to get my own little chair up here. I'm going to start doing these yeah, I'm going to do these live streams up here. It's lovely, much better than in the flat downstairs. Right, so where can I sit? Because I'm crammed up here. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Got a chair. You know what? Absolutely beautiful up here, man. I actually appreciate how lovely. I forgot how nice it is up here. It's been a year. It was last summer. So much happened, and I've just forgot. What a privilege that I can do these streams up here. I have to get a better chair, but anyway, we'll do for now. Let me share this live stream. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name's Jonathan. I'm a confidence coach, and I coach men typically who have social anxiety or anxiety, and I help them to face their fears and their social anxieties, so they can build confidence and achieve their goals. And I've got loads of videos. I've been coaching now almost 11 years. During that time, obviously, I have had breaks, so it hasn't been 11 years every day straight, but it has been, you know, I started, it's almost going to be 11 years now, and it's been great. Welcome to me to the live stream. We're going to start trying to keep these Saturday streams regular. Now we've got the lovely weather, it's great. So the idea at the moment, this is kind of seasonal. I'm talking about I'm trying to explain to you guys. Basically, I'm trying to get you excited and motivated to dedicate 1 year of your life to facing your social anxiety and transforming your life. Reason being, because I did it years ago, and I went from, you know, one of the most unhappiest people or men to the happiest, and I applied the same philosophy. Now, it took me a bit longer than a year, because at the time I didn't have a coach in person. I had Les Brown online, and I didn't know what I know now. So because obviously I know more, and you guys can do it in a year, and I've created a 1 year coaching program for any, well, not for any actually, that's a Freudian slip, for committed clients. And I'm working with 2 clients at the moment, separately obviously, on the 1 year program, and it's getting amazing results. And I think a big part of it is because of the time frame, because people are going, right, yep, I'm going to commit to 1 year to coaching with you, Jonathan. And you know, we do the sessions every week, so they're getting so much momentum, they're getting so much confidence because of the consistency and because of the time frame, and it gives me and the client time. Beautiful weather today. And like I said as well, I like to make things fun and creative. I do it in my own life, and I like to do it for my clients. So with the 1 year format, you guys can do this yourself in your own life. Unless you decide that you can't do it on your own and you need help, then you can apply for my confidence coaching. You can apply for my 1 year program by sending me an email. My email address is below this live stream, and it's below all my videos. It's johnnnyberba80@gmail.com. Send me an email, I'll get back to you in 48 hours, and we can schedule a Zoom consultation, because I need to qualify and see if you're right for the program, and also if I'm the right person to work with. I need to find out what your specific goals are. Johnny, do you think improv classes can help with social anxiety? 100%, 100% they do. My client Phil, who's doing my 1 year program, he did a lot of improv classes whilst doing my coaching, and he improved a lot, and they do help. And I used to do a lot of improvisation classes years ago when I was coaching men on, you know, how to speak to women, how to get a relationship. So they do work, they definitely do. But I'd say that you got to keep them going, you got to keep them up. I mean, to be fair, when I've got to mention this because I forget sometimes, because there's so many things that I teach within what I teach, if that makes sense. I was thinking that the other day, I need to break it down in videos, because I forget sometimes, because things are just moving so quick. And the students that I work with, they're brilliant. They learn so quick, and I'm learning as I'm teaching and helping them. So I teach improvisation pretty much in all my classes and all my confidence coaching sessions, whether you did a 1 year program with me or a 6-week program or 2 hour. That's the nature of the conversations I have, and it really does help you. And I do it when I'm doing these live streams. These are not scripted. I don't sit down and write a whole, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not really my style. You get more confidence, you get better with people when you don't have a script, when you learn to improvise. So it's good that you brought that up, because it's a really important skill for anyone to have. And I'm confident in saying, typically, right, generally people with social anxiety at the start are generally very frightened to be spontaneous with other people in a conversation, because they're always worried that they might get awkward in front of people and they'll be judged, and they're also worried of feeling stupid or not knowing what to say, or feeling pressured that they need to keep the conversation going. So it's a skill that is an absolute must. I think it's a skill that everyone should learn personally. It's changed my life, it's changed my clients' lives, and I know it's changed a lot of you guys' lives. So once you get the hang of it and you get more confident, you become what's the right word? Yeah, you just become really confident at speaking to people. You don't really think about it as much. You're not worrying about running out of things to say, because as you get better at improvisation, you've always got something to say, and anyone can do it. And truth be known, you know, a lot of you guys know, for those of you that don't, I had all those fears many years ago. I was always nervous about getting awkward in front of people. Something like this I couldn't have done. I would have just been so frightened. But of course I practiced, and I got to this point by committing to 1 year or a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to keep motivating and educating and exciting people on this channel about the prospect of committing to 1 year. Now listen, I know some of you don't identify much with the word social anxiety. That's fine, no skin off my nose. Let's use the word confidence, which is an even better word that has more of a positive connotation. And that's what I do. If you commit to 1 year, you can become super confident at pretty much anything, at speaking to people, speaking to women, at dating, relationships, getting on better with family, public speaking, just in life in general. You know, at teaching, whatever you want to achieve, you can accomplish if you're willing to put the time in and the effort. Now, of course, if you're not, nothing's going to change. How prevalent is social anxiety with women compared to gentlemen? Good question. It's a good question. I would say, in my experience, for my clients, I think the clients struggle a bit more with women, with getting over their social anxiety, because they're more afraid of being rejected by a woman that they love or they like, or they've got romantic feelings, than they are when it's just friendship, with fellow man. Because I think guys know generally that as men, we relate, because we're men, and if it's just platonic, that you're not it's not going to hurt as much as it's going to hurt if you like a woman, you got feelings for her romantically, and she turns you down. So that's been my experience, but it's not always the case. Depends on the person, but generally I'd say it's a little bit harder for men to overcome their social anxiety with speaking to women than it is with speaking to men, if that makes sense. Family, friends in general, because it means there's a lot to lose, and that's getting hurt. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've sat and I learned quite. Yeah, women do suffer with social anxiety just as bad as men do. So they definitely do. Yeah. I coached. I haven't worked with many women because I've worked with men, but I've coached a couple of women successfully, and they had social anxiety just the same as guys do. And I know my client Phil is coaching men and women. He did an event recently, fantastic, and there were, so women do have it as well. And I've had a girlfriend. I've gone out of women before, and they've opened up to me, and they've also said that they've suffered with social anxiety. So yeah, it's not just men that suffer with social anxiety, it's women as well. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just put the phone here. I didn't even try and get the angle particularly right. I'm really good, thanks. I feel good, yeah. I feel more good than lately, because I've spent quite a lot of time with my family recently, and I did a video about that. And I've come from the gym, and my clients are doing really well, so that makes me happy. I'm seeing them doing well. So yeah, I'm feeling good today in the weather. How are you doing? So I just want to make a point of saying, right, because I don't want to be narrow, you guys to sort of think narrow-minded. What I'm talking about today in teaching, the idea is that if you want to overcome social anxiety, it's going to take about a year of commitment. You can also accomplish other things outside of social anxiety. And the idea is, if you put, so let me just explain it. I'm getting complicated myself here, getting myself tied up in knots trying to explain this, because it's kind of obvious, but I'm kind of passionate about it. So, when we was in the COVID period, what lockdown was it? Was it, because there were like three? Was it the first year, the second year? I think it was the first year anyway. I had a lot of time on my hands, like a lot of us did. I wasn't working at that period, so I wanted to learn how to improve my YouTube videos and get better lighting on my Canon camera. I didn't know how to do it, because back in the day I always paid cameramen and filmmakers, but this time I wanted to do it on my own. I got really passionate about it, so I got a bit geeky with it, and I went online and I started studying, learning from the experts. These people are amazing. They gave me a lot of value for free, which I appreciate. So I dedicated about a year, and I made a massive transformation with my videos, because I put a year in and I got great results. A lot of you noticed the difference, the quality of my videos, the lighting, the sound, the audio. I went out and got better camera, better lens, studied a bit of lighting, and really improved it. But it took me about a year to learn. So I applied that same philosophy that I'm trying to get everyone on this channel, as many people as I can, with overcoming social anxiety. I used a 1 year window because I know it really works. Do I get recognised? Yeah, I don't get recognised. I do. I don't. It doesn't seem to be as much as it used to, and I'm kind of pleased about that. It was nice at the time. So over the years, yeah, I've got recognised quite a lot. Funny story lately, about 2 people have come up to me and have mistaken me for someone else, which is funny. Guy the other day, he thought I was a famous footballer. It's a funny situation. A nice guy, and I had to explain to him that I'm not this famous footballer that he thinks I am. Today I was in a coffee shop, come from the gym, I was having a coffee, relaxing. This young guy was a bit I wouldn't say he was nervous, he was like starstruck. He was like trying to talk to me and stopping. I thought he recognized me from YouTube. I don't think I'm a superstar, by the way, at all, and I don't want to be famous anymore, even though it's hard not to be when you're trying to help people and you're growing a business. Anyway, thought I was a comedian, and I had to explain I'm not the comedian that you think I am. So 2 people thought I was someone else, so that was funny. Anyway, back to the topic. It's going great, yeah, it's going really good, thanks for asking. I just come from the gym today. So make sure, guys, as well, you check out these other live streams on the channel. These go up live on the channel, so when this live stream's finished, other people will be able to watch this as a video, because I've given so much value. More tips on how to overcome social anxiety and other things like how to build a business, how to be successful, because that's been my further goal on this channel. It's not just coaching people on how to overcome social anxiety, which it is, but it's how to achieve success, how to make money, being a good person, how to help other people, how to overcome your fears, how to come outside your comfort zone, how to be disciplined, how to go to the gym. Many birds are singing. Many goals within that one goal, if it makes sense. So yeah, I'm just going to share some tips that things that my clients are doing at the moment on the 1-year social anxiety program that is really working well for them. And these are things that any of you can do. You're funny. No, not really, Timmy. I'm not tempted to get a bottle from the off license, because I've never had a drinking problem, touch wood. Obviously, I've had other addictions to like junk food. Never really had a problem with drinking. I'm a drink very infrequent, but I haven't drank for months. The last time I drank was January on New Year's, and I've actually decided just to give it up completely. I haven't missed it, so I haven't had that problem, thank God, no. Great to see you, Underdog Unchained, and I always appreciate your support on the channel. You're always caring, you're always really positive towards the platform and towards me, and I always enjoy seeing you improve your life, because I can tell from the things that you say that you're working on being better in your life, which is great, so that's good. Yeah, getting that vitamin D in. Well, do you know, the truth is I didn't even plan to come up here today. I stayed at my family's yesterday, last few days, come back home. I went gym, had a coffee, planned to do a live stream. I was going to do it in a coffee shop, but I couldn't find the right place. They were closing early. I was going to do the live stream downstairs, and I thought, oh no, let me go upstairs. Weather's great. And I didn't know if I could get a good connection, but it's brilliant up here. So I'm going to continue doing them up here if the weather continues to play out like this. How are you doing? How are you getting on with everything? For those of you that have been listening, or you can let me know later, have you guys got the main premise of what I've been saying and teaching today, which is the idea that if you want to achieve something, in this case we're talking about getting over social anxiety, you've got to put in at least 1 year. Reason being, as a lot of you know, maybe some of you don't know, if you don't dedicate a year to something, you're not really going to get good at it. So I'm trying to excite and motivate people and get people to change their mindset and their relationship with fear and time, because that's what happens to a lot of time. People they get fearful about time, and a year can scare people because it's like they can't see it clearly. Whereas if I said to you, well, you know, come to a class, it's just an hour, you could handle that more, because you can kind of comprehend that. But if I said do a year with me, people go, oh, well, not everyone, right? Because the committed clients have signed up to my 1 year program and they're loving it. But not everyone is like that, and not everyone is committed because of the fear. Have you, to me? Have you had a couple of rough few months being on the... No, I understand. Well, I don't know if you're going to the gym, but the gym would help, you know, when you're going through a rough time and you might be stuck in a rough patch. Simple things like going to the gym can help you to break out of that. Certainly get you on the right direction. I thought about this when I was in the gym today to help anyone who is going through a rough time and is struggling in their life, because we can all relate to that. And it's just start today. Don't feel like, oh, because I've had a rough 4 months or I've been in a bad place for a year, it wouldn't be worth me starting today because I'm too behind. No, that's not the right attitude. Everything starts with the first step. So even if you said you've been in a bad place for 10 years, start today. No, I don't do that anymore. Don't upload those videos. No, that's right. Moving on to bigger and better things. I hope you're doing well. So, you know, even if you commit to doing a 1-year program to overcome social anxiety, you've got to start one day at a time. Start today, because feelings and emotions can change, as you guys know, by the second or the hour. So going to the gym helps you to break out of not feeling good or feeling stuck. And if you have a good experience for 2 hours and something changes in the way that you think, or you change how you feel, then you're going to want to repeat that, right? And that's something that I'm, you know, if you don't mind me saying, that I've always been pretty good at helping my clients with, is getting them to change the way that they feel about themselves, also about their fears and about moving forward in their goals. And that's through an experience. And most of the times we need experiences to change from a negative experience. Some of your questions are just hilarious to me. They're so random. Does my girlfriend exercise? Well, my last girlfriend, I can't say, no comment. I'm not allowed to say. That would be her personal information. Your questions crack me up. Just the tone of them, hilarious. You should do comedy, Timmy. You got the gift, you know. You got the energy. So where was I? Yep, that was the advice. Anyone struggling, get down the gym, or just start. You know, clean your apartment today. It makes you feel better, honestly. You always feel like it won't work. Sounds like, look, comedy. The birds are laughing. See, Timmy, I told you, man. I told you you got the gift of the gab. I'm not the only one who agrees. Look, see. I tell you, these birds make some crazy noises, man. During this time around the summer, when it gets hotter, like every morning, they'll be making noises, and a few times I'm like, is that human beings making funny noises? You guys read between the lines, but it's the birds. They're tribal, innit? They got like a communication, and they might feel like, why is he on our territory, our rooftop? So I respect their territory. But yeah, had a challenging week. Started totally different job on Monday. Did you? Didn't work out. They sacked me on Wednesday. Oh, mate, really? Oh, that's a blow, isn't it? Oh, I'll give you some positive advice on that. Got out there on Thursday, secured a trial on Friday, and offered me. Oh, brilliant, man! I love that. I love that story. So I always like your comments. When the ducks quack, me too. Sounds like they are saying yum yum yum. Yeah, you know, you quack them up. You know, you crack me up. You make me laugh. And obviously birds quack, so their way of cracking up is quacking up. I knew we were onto something good with these live streams when I heard the birds. I love what you've done, Underdog, because you know everything that I kind of stand on and encourage on this channel, and that I learn from mentors is, you know, you failed your way to success. As you said, you got the job, didn't work out. They fired you. Started on Monday. Sounds like a Craig David song. Got the job on Monday. They fired you on the Wednesday, and then you got out there on Thursday, and you secured a trial on Friday. I mean, sounds like a love song. What do you guys reckon? You got the job on Monday. They've let him go on the Wednesday. he obviously took my advice or his own initiative, took action on the Thursday and got another job on the Friday. Amazing. I mean, what can you say? Timmy says, did you punch the manager, Underdog? Nah, he wouldn't do that, man. Come on, man. We don't teach that on this channel. We're lovers, not fighters. Right, so I'm glad anyway, right? I kind of ticked off my list today because my goal is, well, I have many goals on this channel and business, is to do at least half an hour live stream, educating people on the idea of how to commit to 1 year to overcoming your social anxiety. So we're on the 40-minute mark. So I'll get some questions going. Let's have a laugh for you guys. Yeah, that's a great mentality. Well, I think I said it on the last live stream. I made a video for you guys. I didn't get time to upload it, I'm sorry. And I was watching this billionaire, I really liked him, right? I'll make it quick. But I liked him because he just seemed like a nice person. And another reason why I could resonate, because he'd been homeless twice. So he knows what it's like to struggle and not have any money and really be down and out. He's got a great story. And he'd been married 3 times and found his love of his life on the 4th attempt. So I loved his advice, and his advice was, he said, he always tells entrepreneurs or anyone in any walk of life, in life you're going to get a lot of rejection, everyone is. It's not personal as we think it is. But he said, if you can prepare for rejection and understand that it isn't personal, it happens to everyone, and keep going and never give up, you're going to succeed. It's exactly the same advice that I've been giving for many years, because it's through my own experience I learned that. And I learnt that from Les Brown. So kind of what you did, Underdog, there, you didn't give up. But obviously it's easy to say that, but it's not as easy to... But they're finding it funny again now. I gotta say, man, like I don't know if you guys get, well, you're not here, but it's sometimes, maybe I'm getting older, but it's just beautiful watching them and just hearing them. There's just a certain energy about them. The way that they stand on the roof, some of these birds, these ones, they're like, I think they might be like alpha males or alpha females, because they just stand on the roof like they own it, like this is ours, this is our territory, no one's taking it. And I don't know if the laughing or the heckling or the communicating is a tribal way of saying, you know, this is our territory. So I'm going to make like a sort of agreement with them. If they don't mess around with me, I won't mess around with them. We can both share this land and respect one another. Right, I think they've understood the agreement, as long as they let me keep going with the lives. Timmy's never short of jokes, I love it. He says pigeons only operate in gangs. It's true. Well, I've got my gang, because it's me, and I've got a gang of you on the live stream. There's 2 of them so far. Yeah, man, just look at them. There's more of them. Wow. Any questions, guys? Did a lot of you understand the concept of getting your head around basically being patient and putting 1 year in to overcoming your social anxiety, or any goal that you've got, whether it's losing weight? I like to have goals within goals. I do it with my clients. So an example of having a goal within a goal is to say, in 1 year's time, I want to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds in weight and eat healthy. So you set that goal, and then within that goal, there could be the goal where you want to be more social at the gym. So when you go to the gym, you want to, you know, be more positive around people. Yeah, well, they ain't robbing any chips, Underdog, because I ain't eating chips no more. We're eating a clean diet. So we're on a salad. Yeah, a story years ago, guys, this happened. I was in St. James's Park, right? I was having fish and chips in a restaurant outside the cafe. I was starving. I've been working my nuts off, right? And I ordered this fish and chips. It was lovely. I paid about 15 or 20 pounds for it. And all of a sudden, these birds just they just attacked my plate. And there was an old couple, they saw it, right? You know what I done, right? I got so frustrated. I was like, do you know what? I'm not even gonna get angry. I just got up and just said, have it. And then the couple, they were laughing. Then I just thought, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Let them have it. But they basically robbed me. I got robbed by a group of pigeons, and yeah, they just attacked the food. So I just got up and left. Saw it as a sign. University telling me, you know, let them have the food. And I just went off and got food somewhere else. It's a true story. So any questions you guys have got, because I know there's more people going to watch this later on when this goes up as a video on YouTube, post your questions or send me an email, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. And I usually, if it's a good question that can help you and others, I'll make a video on it. But yeah, so, you know, when you commit to 1 year, what are you really saying? Well, what you're saying is, what this billionaire was saying, what I've been saying, you're really saying that you're going to face rejection. Because if you're committing to anything for a year, you know, things are not always going to go the way that you want. It doesn't matter how good you are or what coach you got a program, you're going to have to deal with that. We all have to do it. I deal with it if we want to be successful at pretty much anything. Making money, getting a job, getting over social anxiety, being able to speak, help people, get in the gym, be more positive, start a business, get a relationship, talk to women, make friends, be better with family. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where it's not always going to go the way that you want. But if you don't give up and you keep committing, you keep moving forward, it always works out. It sort of balances itself out. But obviously if you give up, then you don't get that success. It's not because you're not good enough, and it's not because people are holding it back from you. It's because you've stopped. You've stopped the process of success. And the process of success is not just, well, I start something, success, 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 success. It doesn't go like that. It's more like disappointment, disappointment, failure, challenge, challenge, success, success, disappointment, failure. But if you stick at it long term, then eventually, you know, you're going to achieve greatness. Yeah, they're quiet now, the birds. Another thing that I found helpful lately, I've been testing it in my coaching and it works well, is scheduling more, having a routine. You haven't got to be perfect, guys. I do it so you can say, okay, oh, they started again. Well, they're obviously getting value from my live streams, because I don't know if that's their way of laughing, right? Always being challenged. Even the birds want to challenge you on the live streams now. It's not just people that are trolling. I'm getting trolled by seagulls or birds. They're lovely though. I'm not, I don't take it personal. So scheduling, let's say for example, you wake up at 10 a.m. in the morning, you say, okay, I'll wake up at 10 a.m, at 11 a.m, I'm gonna leave the house, I'm gonna go for a coffee, and from 11 till 1, that will be gym. So coffee, gym, and then after the gym, from maybe an hour, do some reflecting, sit down, relax. That will take me to 2 o'clock. Then from 2 till 4, 2 hours, I'm going to work on my business. And then after the 2 hours, maybe have some social time, go and see a friend for 2-3 hours. Can you see the idea? If you break your days up more like that, you get more out of the day and you build more success. All successful people pretty much do this, and it helps you to stop wasting time. Because if you just go about your day and you don't have any schedule, you end up wasting 6 hours doing nothing, just sitting down, watching too much television, or just, you know, you end up just thinking negative or overthinking. So it's also good for mental health and happiness and being more present, you know, having a focus and allocating times where, you know, you kind of booking your day up in blocks, and I do that, and I find out I have a better day, guys. I enjoyed the day better, and I've done it today, and it's kind of worked out how I planned it, which was left my families, got home, about an hour and a half in the gym, and then another hour or so working on the business, giving value, doing these live streams, and then I'll eat some healthy food later on, do some socializing later on. I think I'm going to go and see my family. I've also got a client tomorrow. You know, I'll chill out, watch some TV later on because I've earned it. So it's scheduling. You achieve more, you get more done. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep doing these live streams, see where it goes. So I'll do some outside when I can, when I'm on the move. I'll do them in a coffee shop. I'll try and do them outside, guys, when the weather's good, because it is a nice experience, isn't it? Having the stream and having the weather and the better lighting. So at least think about it. Say, look, I want you, look, just do this for a second, right? Think about your life now and all your memories. Think about things that you've wanted to achieve or things that you have done. And think about the times where you didn't put 100% into something. What kind of result did you get? Probably not a good one, right? You won't be satisfied. But if you commit to a year, not only will you get great results, but you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to be satisfied. Why? Because you're going to say, well, it's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment in and of itself to have the strength and the discipline and the character to set a goal and stick to it for 1 year. I mean, anyone who does that has definitely got my respect, 100%. It doesn't have to be someone that wants to overcome social anxiety, just someone who goes swimming for 1 year, or someone who dedicates a year to helping animals or feeding birds or traveling, because it takes, we all know that. Let's be honest, guys. Let's give credit to the next person. It takes strength to not give up on things, you know, during that time frame. And a lot of people do that, right? They always say people are always enthusiastic at the start, because at the start there's no challenges. You know, if you sat here now and said, right, I want to make a goal in the next 30 days to make changes in my life, change my diet or give up alcohol, or I want to go traveling, or I want to make a decision to be a better person. Now it feels exciting because now you're saying what you're going to do. But what about in 20 days time when you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed or sad or stressed out, or you're not in the mood? That's really when it matters. Can you move forward? Can you commit? Can you keep your promises that you make with yourself? So it's actually a good exercise of integrity, you know, improving your relationship with yourself because you're doing what you said you're going to do. And a lot of people have a problem with that, and I understand why, because it takes strength and character to set out a vision or a goal and to commit to that vision regardless of whether you are enjoying it, succeeding, things are going well or they're not going well. Just stick with it long term. That's what I love about what I do, the work I do in the coaching, and, you know, if you want to say being on this journey, if you want to call it that, fair enough. I'd say living my life in this way, you learn so much. You learn skills within skills, like we spoke about earlier on, improvisation skills, business skills, people skills, life skills, financial skills, mindset skills, character skills, accountability. You learn all these things from the original skill, which is the skill to be courageous for a year and face your social fears and socialize and get comfortable being uncomfortable, and, you know, practice going through the awkwardness in order to get really good in conversation. Right, well, I'm coming to the end, guys. If you've got any last thoughts or questions, and as always, if you want to make that commitment to applying for my 1 year program, it'll be the best investment you've ever made if you are committed. If you're not committed, then please don't waste my time or yours, because I won't be able to coach someone that's not committed and they don't have the right attitude. But if you are, it'll be the best investment you've ever made. Financially, yep, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, confidence, your whole life will change because of putting 1 year into my mentorship. And you go on, and it might not be your goal, it probably is one of your goals. You'll make more money by spending money, like I said, my client Phil and my client Adam both spent separately 10K on my 1-year program, and because of the skills they're learning, Phil's just got his 5th sale in his business, so he'll make a lot more than £10,000, which is the original investment from my coaching, and for a year of my time, he'll make a lot more because of the skills that he's learned on how to build a business, how to add value to people, and how to not be afraid of rejection in all areas of life, especially with selling a product, a service, and building a business and a brand. The birds are gone now. Oh no, they're not gone, they're there. I couldn't see them for a second. Also in the background, 3 helicopters. It's unusual. A lot going on today. Right guys, I'll call it a day. That's almost an hour, 55 minutes. I held myself accountable for half an hour, but I've gone over the time. So yeah, enjoyed the stream guys, thanks for coming on. This won't be the last one, it'll be going to be doing many, so it will just continue. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to enjoy mine. I've got a client tomorrow. I've got a 3 hours coaching session with him. I want to spend some more time with my family, work on my diet, work on my business, and just enjoy the rest of the weekend. All right, speak to you guys soon. Pleasure.